All right, I think that I'm supposed to have a jacket for him because this is number 5 that he's presented for us, but true failure fashion. Saturday Night Live standpoint, I did not get him a jacket.
Let's go. Leaving. Her jacket.
Here I thought we were going to have some sort of bonding element. That's not going to happen. Welcome to SL Circle at the Holodeck. This is our second official day of being the operators. Very excited to be able to have incubator, resource community, and also lifestyle environment, which is the space that we're in. We're going to be bringing in a number of different user groups. We got Jeff presenting on social media, themselves, and everything else. And having some regular lunches. We're talking with the Restaurant Association about restaurants. Even sponsor this down here. We'll have all sorts of different topics. So we're happy to have you. And for those that RSVP'd that didn't show up out there in the virtual world, and then smack you around the side of the face because I'm sure that Jeff and his lovely daughter are going to give us a wonderful presentation. With no more ado, let's learn about Vegas, social media, furniture, and lots of other successful things. Thanks. Woo! How's it going, everybody?
Doing good.
All right, this is a special presentation for me because my daughter and I have ever presented together.
Awesome.
Right.
So we're going to do a little bit of a, and this is actually the beautiful thing about the Salt Lake Circle and this Lunch and Learn series is we can test drive new programs and new presentations. And this is brand new. I've never done it before whatsoever on some of the trips we've been doing. Haley and I have been a little bit of a niche in the furniture and design industry. This is our third show together. Vegas twice and High Point, North Carolina just this past April. And learning about how that industry uses social media and how a lot of you folks probably are thinking, well, what does that have to do with my business? Well, all of these principles and the things that these people are doing across the board to business. So we're going to go with that. So you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Haley. I'm Jeff's daughter, and I'm very excited to be here to talk to you guys.
So anyway, the title that we came up with is Brand Awareness in a Social World. Father-daughter case study report from Las Vegas. This just comes from earlier this month. We were at the largest furniture design and gift show in the Western United States. It's pretty crazy, and we wanted to highlight some businesses that were doing a good job with social, and then others that are up-and-comers, and just tell some stories. So we'll go from there. Obviously, we're talking social media for business, and that has become such a huge thing these days. We have a few lunch and learn rules. Number one, all phones are on. This is a social event, not on airplane mode. Ringtones set to pre-approved music. So I have a list of that. Actually, just this past year, the Bieber has been approved. So that's strange. It's a selfie safe zone. Take pictures of yourself. Get the word out, tweet, Facebook, Instagram, and even Snapchat. Since my daughter is normally the one out in the audience taking pictures, feel free to take pictures. So send it out. Thanks. Thank you. Twitter and Instagram accounts. You can get us at Jeff Goes Social, Haley Gillette. It is at Social DC, and then of course the Salt Lake Circle is at Do This Now. So why social media? Easy. Low cost, large potential audience, extremely targeted audience. You can show off and you tell your story. Okay, so in my past presentations, I throw up this statistics page that has things like 12 active mobile social users are added every second. That's 1 million per day. 365 million active mobile social users, blah, 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 blah. So crazy stats. The one stat that just that blew my mind over any of this stuff is this one. Facebook is now bigger than General Electric.
Really?
That's nuts. Who would have ever thought that this fad that now has the potential to become a blue chip stock? Part of our communication fabric. Appliances, jet engines, used to own NBC television, and then now Facebook is bigger than GE. That shows you that this is here to stay. So basically what I'm saying, this comes from maybe somebody owns AT&T stock. Doing business today without using social media channels is like doing business with the phone disconnected from the wall. This is how people discover you. This is how they talk about you. This is how they get to know you before they ever pick up the phone to call you or walk through the front door. So let's talk about what Haley and I were up to. So this is a picture of this area of the World Market Center down, near downtown Las Vegas. We did a marketing plan to go down there and cover the use of social media in this industry. And how they use it great, and how they could use it better. So this is one of the ads we put out there as far as promoting us, showing. So to give you an idea of what that's all about, here's a little promotional video from the market itself so you can get an idea of the level of exhibitors and crazy that's there. So.
Bring that down just a little bit for the next one.
Actually, that's the last.
Okay.
Yeah, it's our lunch and learn rave. So anyway, that gives you an idea of what we're talking about. You're talking about a building that has 40 floors combined of millions of square feet. It's in that video, 27 bidders and buyers from all over the world. So say you're one of those exhibitors, how do you get noticed in basically 40 floors? And we also didn't mention they've added these pavilions, which is 2 huge tents the size of 3 football fields, just full of cool. How do you attract a buyer? It's like the rain froze us. as the question was.
So it's a pretty great metaphor for the internet too, just getting noticed online amongst all that chaos and all that cool. If anybody's trying to do that, social media is great.
So basically, what we got going on, a few pictures from all, these are ones that just we took, and this is just like a drop in the bucket of what we saw and what we have. But with all this stuff to see, all over the place, how is a single brand supposed to get noticed? Well, there's a couple of ways you can do it. The market itself, if you're a big brand that works there, you have a crazy budget. You can do stuff like this. You can hire Tom Brady here to. You can put a big billboard on the side of a 14-story building with Tom Brady's face on it, and in your beauty vest. You can be Serta and have one of the most expensive, well-known animated sheep ever. Or the latest trend is Donny Osmond. So there's Donny Osmond. Or you can get that Donny Osmond. Donny Osmond. Or you can get that Donny Osmond. Or even that one. Hashtag Donny Osmond Go. Hashtag catch them all. Hashtag Haley wants your dream code. That's an inside joke because you know that High Point performed there live and she had no idea that he was actually wore the dream code.
I love fashion. Anyways.
So anyway, if you don't have crazy money, then what are your options? There's so many people there that were risking everything they have to be there and show there. And if you can't compete with that level of, what are your options? Well, social media. Social media is the most cost-effective, targeted way to get noticed by customers. Is it getting more expensive these days? Sure it is. Compared to traditional advertising and the billboards and Donny Osmond and Tom Brady and animated sheep, it is pennies on the dollar. And as far as effectiveness, it can be even more effective. Social media is a way for you as a small brand to get more cowbell. But on the flip side, social media is not easy. It's not going to be your savior or going to save the business. It's going to be a part of a complete marketing plan. But that pie is shifting, it's becoming a lot more of that pie, and traditional marketing has become less. But it's not easy. It requires, and this is just a small list, it requires strategy. Why are you there? What are your goals? What do they want? Consistency and discipline. Posting all the time, regularly, having a content calendar, stuff like that. Transparency to form brand trust. What was the culture of your company? What is the brand? Where you're involved in the community, humanizing yourself. Are you just like, are you a robot or are you a normal dude? Be around. Would I want to hang out with you on the weekends? Transparency that way. Uniqueness. Different than the rest. You can stand out. I just had a meeting with, just a couple of days ago, a gentleman I met through this group who's an insurance salesman. We had a great afternoon coffee. I just told him straight up, you know what? It's not sexy. But I liked his attitude, and I said, you know what, we could put your insurance message. And I threw out just the idea of, what if you gave a series of 90-second videos about insurance tips with a stand-up walking bass guy next to you, just to make you different.
Personality goes a long way.
Personality.
Social media.
Then of course image, but image is, goes across, image not as yourself, but image of your brand, and that goes to the branding, and that also comes back to the consistency of your brand, that it looks the same, all platforms, and your message is coming across the same platforms. But most of all, it's your willingness to tell your story. Social media is about storytelling, and that is how you're going to capture people over pitching, telling them the story, creating a brand trust.
People are far more susceptible to buy from somebody or purchase a product that they know the backstory behind, or where it's coming from, or who's bringing it to them.
Basically, this one right here, that's your new demographic. There's a millennial, there's one right there, sitting right there. And I'm sure you'll check social channels long before you call somebody up on the phone.
Oh yeah, I think this is when I'm checking out a business, deciding if I want to approach them or purchase from them, or trust them. It shows maybe how much interaction that they have online and how many followers they have and stuff like that. It might not seem important, but I mean, those followers represent people who are interested. It's kind of the equivalent of having a lot of Google reviews or something, which is also very important. But, I mean, it's all just the amount of attention and support they have online can really say a lot about the kind of service that they deliver to their customers.
So let's get back to the show we just went to, and we're going to highlight 4 social brands we like and stories. So we're going to highlight, and then some up-and-comers, and then ones that are risking absolutely everything. So here's the 4 brands we're going to highlight, which are all fantastic. But first, we're going to start with Gary from New Jersey. Gary had an idea with a barbershop type pump with it to raise it and lower it. And he has come to Las Vegas with extreme expense to risk absolutely everything to sell this table concept. He is like so many other people out there that take the time and expense to start a business, get to this place, and have zero plan. So while we were there, Haley actually talked to him, the majority of them, taught him how to get his brand on Instagram that day. And we shot video for him and helped him learn how to post that. But it's just amazing, somebody will come to New Jersey. And he has a great story. Yeah, it's a great story about how he met his wife building this thing. He's gone from store to store in his hometown and also in New York City as well to sell this thing. I mean, he's got great stories. And that's the type of person you need to teach. But people want to hear these stories. Maybe in my house, am I thrilled about a barbershop hydraulic table thing? Maybe not, but I'd be a heck of a lot more inclined to buy it if I knew the backstory behind it about who this guy is, humanizing himself, and the journey he's gone to be sitting there at this table at one of the biggest furniture and design shows in the world. Next, this guy. And this is about somebody who has figured out his audience, because Haley and I had a discussion about Brad. He's come up with ottomans, stackable ottomans that can be reconfigured for multiple different applications. If he didn't use social media, and if I hadn't seen him on LinkedIn and Twitter prior to the show's beginning, I would have never found this guy. He was stuffed in some way back corner in the.
Didn't even have a showroom.
Didn't have a showroom. Just, I mean, look, it was just him with his things and plank walls. But he had a dream. He's putting it together, and he knows what he's, knows his audience. He was so excited to configure it in different ways for us. Here's us talking in a different configuration with him. And, basically I told him, I was talking to Haley, I said, if I had those in my house, it'd just be a mess, it'd just be all over the place, But Haley, he's on Instagram and even on Snapchat because he is marketing himself and his product to people like her. Why did you find his stuff appealing?
Well, I just think that more compact, versatile designs like that are going to be, it's kind of the new thing. I mean, people aren't looking to buy big anymore. I mean, tiny homes are, because that's kind of the new thing. I mean, everything is becoming more and more compact. So yeah, I just thought it was a very clever design, and I think he marketed it very well. He found his demographic, and he caught the attention of this guy on social media who didn't even think it was that great of an idea. Yeah, so that was my argument.
But anyway, it's somebody who used the power of social media to gain real world actions as far as I would have never found him or never looked for him if I didn't see him being involved in the official show news feeds and seeing him on Instagram and being extremely aggressive in his marketing through social. Because he has zero money to spend on advertising of the show. He's using the power of social media to gain attention, and it worked. So again, another person who's risking absolutely everything. Fresh idea, but we're using the power of social media to execute. So let's go over to the bigger brands now. How are some of the bigger brands doing? This one's called Zuo Modern. And the funny thing about this, so my background is our family owned a furniture store in Murray, Utah for 40 years. So this is why I've kind of come full circle in this industry, because I'm passionate about it. I think it's really neat. We picked up this line probably about 14 years ago. And it was just a little line, little modern, clean line furniture, nothing special. I liked it because that was kind of my thing. It's amazing to see how some of these brands have grown in just a few years. My style is make the inside of their showroom carnival. Literally, it's like Mardi Gras inside their place.
Contortionist, they had some dude balancing on a ball, and they're just very wacky. I thought that was clever because it prompted a lot of people. There were lots of photos of the Zuo showroom on the internet. And I think that, when you have something like that, people see that online, like, oh, where is that at? I want to go see, check that out. That's fun, that's interesting. There's a lot of, it's like Zuo really stands out amongst all of the other brands.
Well, they were very aggressive in making sure that people took pictures and tagging them and making sure that they were in the show feed. And as was happening in these larger showrooms that were using social really well, their showrooms were packed. So, anyway, more pictures. So here's me doing an interview with their head of marketing, and their designer of their showrooms in Las Vegas, and they do 30 shows a year, so big line. There's Haley and I mean, they have People are taking pictures of that and putting that through the feed. People want to seek that out and be there to check out their cool stuff because of that market, which is brilliant. And anyway, Haley, and the other thing they have for the first time that we've never heard of is growing up in the furniture industry, everybody at these markets would have a brand new catalog. They're the first brand that I know of to abandon a traditional catalog, have a fluid catalog in an app, which we've never seen. I'm going to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So that's a brilliant idea because it can be downloaded and shared on your phone. And with the catalog, you spend all this money and you have it printed, and then that's it. That's what you have for, I don't know, how long do we have for? Months. But with an app like this, you can switch things out, make adjustments, add new products, take products out at any time. And so that was really cool. And it can also be marketed really well on social media. I mean, the thing, people want things to be easy. You can try and get people to seek out your catalog. Good luck with that. Or you can just provide a little link for them to click on your app, and then they've got your entire through while they're, sitting at home or riding on the train or whatever they're doing. So it's all about making things easy and accessible, and that's a huge thing that social media can do for your products.
Yeah, it's extremely cool that we've seen growing up. Next one, global views. And this one is just a truck full of meat. That's all I can say. It's fabulous. But the reason that I picked them out is because 3 weeks before the show started, their ads on Twitter started showing up in the official show news feeds. And that's what I pinpointed of who I was going to visit so early and getting the attention right out of the gate. And once you were at the show, they were active multiple times a day on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, constantly. And then one strategy that we used is to some of these businesses that we thought were doing a very good job in social, our official channels were doing good on social media, and then that would be shared over and over again with us included in the groovy things they were doing. But anyway, fabulous decorations, fabulous, I mean, just eye candy all over the place. So here's the next one. This is one of my favorites. This is called Mod Life. And this is a story about a couple that have risked to be there. We only have the use of social media to promote their brand. Basically, Kirsten, Robert, they met actually through social media, through furniture channels. He worked for a big leather company. She had just been featured on Shark Tank for her Mod Mom furniture line, toy boxes and kids' furniture. And they decided to do a Mod Life collection. And I discovered them on LinkedIn and Twitter. And I sought them out. And this is a fabulous story of somebody who are, again, risking everything and using social media to put that out and gaining superior attention because of those efforts. So basically, you're looking at a showroom that they've brought in just a bunch of purple paint, spray cans, and kind of put an edgy look to it. They told us that they pointed at a desk. Well, that's the desk that used to be mine when I was growing up. We brought that from our house in Flagstaff, Arizona. That's the TV from our bedroom. Those tables that we bought at the Goodwill store, purple, and brought them to our showroom to highlight our upholstery line. It was an interview with them, just a fabulous couple, very energetic, but again, they said we were up until 2 in the morning before the show started, paint on the wall ourselves to make it look good. And by the way, these interviews that we're doing, they're still in the editing process, and I will, just fantastic people, being edgy. I mean, even allowed buyers to come by and tag their own showroom wall, which I've never seen before. The other thing that's cool is they have attracted the attention high-level designer out of London, a design group called Jimmy Martin. And they were so impressed with their social media, they sent them pillows. Yeah.
So what's cool about that, I think this is a great feature of social media, is being able to link up with other people and other brands who can complement you, who have, who also have a following. I mean, that's the great thing, is that you can exchange audiences with these people and actually collaborating with them online. And so this artist, where is he? He's in London or something? Yeah, they're over here. I can't remember where they're based, somewhere in the US. He's in London. Arizona. Yeah, so they got the attention of this really cool artist in the UK, and it's cool. I just think it's cool that people can help each other out and collaborate in that way, and it's a really valuable thing to be able to tap into audiences, which
There's missing.
That is story. Can be buying a black shot. And because of their social media effort, they were featured on Furniture Today, which is the #1. They didn't ever advertise with them. They were just sought out, and they're getting free publicity in a major publication because of their social media efforts. And they're a great story, by the way. Okay, so the last one I'm going to feature is probably my favorite line. It's called the Phillips Collection. Mainly because you notice at the bottom, which is absolutely brilliant, is every piece of conversation. And what that's all about is sustainable furnishings, and they go and travel to buy reclaimed wood. They have they have a fabulous section of wall art that's made out of crushed paint cans that they reclaimed. So it's all about sustainability, and then also about showing the path that piece of furniture went through to get in their house, which I think is fantastic. If you had a piece of furniture or a table or something in your home that you knew the story of how it got there, rather than just some random table that you picked up at the RCA clearance center.
also seek out a lot of that they find in their travels. I think, and you can really tell when you're looking through their showrooms. Everything has so much personality, and everything has such a story. You can tell it's not just designed by some manufacturer that's just trying to make something quick and easy that can go out and it's just. I think there's a lot to be said for people who seek out those little details, and they don't cut any corners as far as the content and the materials they put out.
So here's me with the face of the company, Jason Phillips, which is also an award-winning worldwide designer, and his company's fantastic. And basically, and then obviously they have a robust, fantastic social media presence, both on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Pinterest that are all just consistent. The look is all the same. Fantastic photography, fantastic everything. And within their showroom, as you see here, they want the customer to tag them and take pictures. They had a promotion. They had a pretty Ruby mod looking chair that has been actually featured in Star Trek movies. That if you would tag yourself in the chair, then they would have a drawing of you out of it. Again, another showroom that was packed all the time. And then he also has other designers from all over the world at events. So, I mean, you have tons of people walking in there, not just to buy his stuff, but to be part of an experience. So these are screenshots from my phone. So this gives you an idea of him showing you he's going to India to pick out the woods that will end up becoming the tables, chairs, and the furniture that he makes. The backstory to the audience, to his potential clients and customers, but the story of where the furniture comes from, which I think is brilliant. So I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I did an interview with him at the January market, and he has some very key points of his family's philosophy and the company's philosophy when it comes to social media. I'll play through those couple of points.
Jeff Evans here with Social Deal Connect, and oh my goodness, we are so happy to be sitting with Jason Phillips of the Phillips Collection. How are you doing today?
Doing good, thanks for having me.
We're at Las Vegas Market, winter of 2016. We're at the Full Market Center in Las Vegas, and this is what a fabulous showroom.
Thank you very much.
And so what we're doing is we're going to different showrooms, and we have noticed are doing a spectacular job of telling your story through social media.
Okay.
And we've seen that you are on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and then you personally, I also noticed that I cannot even go anywhere near your Instagram without seeing your brand new baby boy.
Yes, yes, absolutely. It's important for us as a brand to, and a family business, not only to represent ourselves as Phillips Collection on social media, you know, into the personal lives and things that give us creativity and inspiration on our personal lives. So myself, I have a page, my sister has a page, she's involved in her company. I haven't quite gotten my parents on Instagram, but they'll be there soon.
Gotcha. See, help work them up to that, right?
Yes, teach them about the endless scroll of Instagram that we all trap ourselves in.
All right, so I've always been just floored with your line as far as all the, I mean, just look at it, it's just wide ranging and very eclectic, yeah, and very well thought, all the pieces that you did. And because of that, I'm noticing some of these woods. One of the things that I noticed from your social media is you show people your trips overseas to select these spaces. Talk a little bit about that.
Sure. Well, we're very big on our marketing and telling the story. Our headline is actually every piece of conversation. We're a very transparent company. We tell you that we source sustainable goods, and we can either just say that and be BSing perhaps, or we can show you the behind the scenes. So yes, we go on these trips. Like most people don't have the opportunity to go and see these resources. So I get personal joy out of seeing the types of comments, the overwhelming feedback. It's so cool that you're showing us this backstory. It's just an important part of who we are.
Yeah, I would call it, you're giving your customers or your potential customers a backstage pass.
Yes.
As to the behind the scenes. They get to go through the employees only door to see what's going on, how the process that this comes together.
Yeah. This is a very fortunate kind of be grandfathered into the family business. Never took that for granted. Get to travel the world, get to design really whatever we want. There are many talented designers on our team and artisans around the world. Some are well known, some are unknown, and we give them this international platform to expose their work. It's very rewarding, and we know we're having fun out there, so I want to give people a little bit of a window to that. Whether it's the factory tour, whether it's a field where we reclaim wood, or whether it's a really fun experience eating durian in Indonesia, that king of fruits that has that very strange fragrance to it. We just like to show people.
That's very cool.
So as you see, an entire philosophy of transparency and storytelling of how a product gets to your front door. It's fabulous. It's brilliant, and that is the type of furniture or the type of brand that anybody wants to be involved in, as long as they know the story, the humanizing of it. Where do you come from? What's your story, the culture of your business and such?
I read this great thing in this book where they were talking about, they were kind of trying to do concept of telling the story behind the products, and they did this experiment. Bought just a bunch of little knickknacks from garage sales and thrift stores and things like that. They spent like $100 maybe. Went online and wrote all of these elaborate stories about them and stuff, and like told the origins. And it was a lie, but it was an interesting concept. Everything around for like $1,300 or something like that.
So one of my favorite quotes from the interview I did was, "It's important for us as a brand and a family business, not only to represent ourselves as Phillips Collection on social media, but also to give you a window into the personal lives and things that give us creativity and inspiration. Transparency of the process, the story of the pieces." That can be applied in everybody's marketing plan as far as making yourself stand up above the rest, as far as brand trust, humanizing, and making people feel that they trust you and they know you before they pick up the phone or walk in through the door. So what about us? Our mission, other than to see cool things and meet really new people. Well, basically we are a marketing agency. We are here to help brands that need help with their social media. And for the four that we showed that are doing a great job, that were terrible. So that was one of the things that we were seeking out. So, but it's just a father-daughter team, but you still have to get out of the perception and the look and the image that you are a bigger deal than you are. So what do? Be seen, be seen, be seen. Go to wherever the top showrooms are, talk to the top designers, talk to the top owners, brand marketers. We were all over the place. We did an ad campaign 2 weeks before the show started. We were in all the feeds of the show, plus also profiling different brands that we thought were doing a good job. While we were at the show, we had a targeted campaign going within just a 1 mile radius of the campus of the show that targeted people that were in the targeting process that did not live there, that were traveling, A. Number 2, were interested in furniture and design, or also were fans of the official market, official pages of other major brands that were there. And so our little faces showed up in their news feeds while they were at the show. A ton of followers, and then they see us with the movers and shakers there, and we got some great meetings, and we got actually some big companies, PR firms out of New York, writing us to make sure that we check out their brands while we were there. So we get noticed and we build. I mean, this is not an overnight success thing. It's slow, but it works. So, for example, if I find out there's a designer, Kelly, she is on HGTV. She's also owns this a television show called Design Campus. 6,400 Instagram followers. If I find her, I'm hanging out with her. I'm Bobby Burke, 16,000 Instagram followers. TV, he has a line in Target stores right now. He has 116,000 followers just on Instagram. He totally thinks I'm his best friend. And then I tweet. He actually responds to us nowadays as far as he likes and tags us in all of his stuff that we're together. And
He's talking about it a couple times. He knows who we are now.
so what that does is you get in influencers network, and then because of that, slowly but surely, you become an influencer, and that can work in any industry. So basically, as I say at the end of any of my presentations, is what your audience, once you've found your audience, give to your audience rather than take. Give, and then take. Give great information, give great content, give of your stories of who you are, what you are, and that will gain trust. I mean, obviously everybody knows you're in business, so once you do all the giving, you're allowed, once you, but you have a nice giving, you're allowed to do take withdrawal once in a while and tell people what you do for a living, but it's a finesse thing, it's not a pitch thing. Honestly, I appreciate all of you guys coming to hang out. This is kind of an experiment. I've never done a presentation on a show that we just got back from a couple of weeks ago. And this is a good exercise. First time I've ever done a present for my daughter. Did you have a good time?
Absolutely.
You still like traveling with your dad?
Yeah, it's all right.
So anyway, I guess we're coming up right about an hour. I can take any questions. If not, or if not, we can. I thank you for taking thanks.
You all had some good points and did a good job on the presentation, so thank you for.
Thank you. That was the first one for that, so we need to tweak it a little bit. Good test, right?
Appreciate that. No questions?
Anybody have anything you want to ask?
Yeah, I did have a question, but it's kind of off topic about the sustainable, the people that you were at the show with the sustainable thing. The trees that they're harvesting in India, are they fast growing trees or do they take trees
No,
that
they
have fallen?
take, they don't chop down trees, they reclaim
Stuff that's fallen?
Yeah, yeah. Which is cool because,
When was the show?
what?
I'm sorry, you were gonna say it's cool because what?
I just like just the mango textures. They keep it all very natural. I don't know, what were we doing?
I was gonna say, when was the show?
July 31st through August 4th. Now,
The Phillips Collection interview was in January, though it's a biannual show. They do it in January and August.
they also showed the biggest one in the world, which is in Python. Prepping for that one, which happens in mid-October.
My point is an interesting place. You're driving along and you feel like you're in the middle of nowhere, but all of a sudden you're in a town with Rolls Royce dealers and.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. I was my first time going, and the way he described it to me, because Las Vegas is all concentrated into these three buildings. He was saying that that High Point, the market is the town. And I kind of thought that meant that it was like dispersed through the town, but it literally is the whole town, which was kind of strange and cool.
Went companies
Yeah.
buy from those manufacturers.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of furniture gets shipped out of there.
You talked about humanizing your brand. Could you expand on that a little more? I get it. People want to know, but what do people want to know about? I mean, do they want to know the kind of food that I'm eating, the places that I go?
I think it depends on how interesting, I don't know, it just, I think a lot of that just depends on what you find relevant to. The Phillips Collection people, that was relevant because they emphasize their travels and the way they, how culturally diverse their line is. And so it's relevant to every once in a while post some exotic dining experience, I guess. People like that on Instagram for some reason. But I think that can mean a lot of things, personally, humanizing your brand. I think more and more people don't want to buy just some widely manufactured junk that's produced in some factory that doesn't have any soul in it. I think a lot of people are really over that kind of mentality when it comes to the products that they buy and what kind of companies they give their money to. So I think you see that a lot. More and more companies are like, oh, we're all natural, we're all this, we're all that. We care about these things, and I don't know. I think if you really do have a good story, I think it can go a long way.
Take our press releases. We sent out for our Bible for this show. Top of the headline is father-daughter duo to a term. Father-daughter, because that's interesting. That also humanizes us. So, doing the family business together, the father-daughter relationship, and people find that interesting and a good story. And when we talk to them, they're a little bit set back by that. They go, oh, that's cool, And so that humanizes us in our business. That makes us a little bit different than maybe the other marketers that are out there. And as far as you're in a relationship business.
Love life. Now we changed it.
Problem getting not everything, but not all the time, getting some insights into relationships, if that's for your own life. And congratulations on your engagement.
Thank you. We'll talk more.
So anyway, it's just about everybody. I don't care if you're an insurance salesman, or if you're a marketer, or you manufacture furniture, or you're a teacher, or you run a co-working space. Everybody has a story that sets you apart, makes it more interesting. But maybe when people are ready to pick what they're going to buy from A, B, C, or D, they pick B because of the great content and because of the brand trust. And it goes back to when I worked in the car industry. The customer will come in and they want to buy a Jeep Grand Cherokee. They know exactly how much it costs, exactly the trim level, the exact color, the exact specs, exactly everything. Actually, the customer does more research and it comes in more so than the salesman knows about the car. So if I want to buy that Jeep or open a checking account or buy a piece of furniture, I have 8 choices within 30 minutes from my front door. What makes me choose you? Your social media. I noticed that you're a cool dude or a regular dude. You're not some freaking robot or that in the car industry, that person that screams $2.99 a month at me every night while I'm watching the news. Or you're not, it's the girl from RCO, Paige, yell at me every night too. You're different.
What you know.
Anything else? No? All right. And then until next time, thank you so much for coming. in-person presentation.